Hello, would you like to leave a legacy for future families? Do you want to save federal taxes year after year, generations after generation? Do you also want to live how the rich save so much money? My name is Sally Gimmon, and I want to help as many people save federal taxes. I work with U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and also investors to teach them how they can save so much money with the Spendthrift Trust. So few people have ever heard of the Spendthrift Trust. This is why I do these videos. I want people to understand the Spendthrift Trust comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. The famous king who chopped off his wives' heads got in trouble for that, and so he started the Church of England. He needed money for the Church of England, so he went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They went further back into history to the Magna Carta and said, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came from England to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. They've been saving taxes for 3.5 centuries. Good for them. Well, if they can save taxes, we should be able to save taxes too. Our current tax code went into effect in February of 1913. The uber-rich families of the time, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, the Kennedys, and the Rockefellers, made sure that this was in the tax code, 643B. 643B like Bravo. If they could save taxes, you and I should be able to save taxes too. The first page of the IRS Tax Code says it's up to each individual to save as much money as they can, and this is what I'm going to teach you today. The Spendthrift Trust is legal, copywritten in the IRS Tax Code 643B. I sell the Benson Financial Trust on behalf of the private law firm because Paul Benson, 76 years ago, was a Harvard law professor who wrote the 5 different trusts. There's the business trust, the beneficial trust, the senior trust, the charitable trust, and the mineral trust. I'm going to discuss 2 of those trusts today because this is what people need to know. The business trust is for U.S. business owners and 1099 income earners. You will save federal and state income taxes. If you have the business trust, you will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes every single year. And in 43 states, you will no longer pay state income taxes. In 2022, I personally saved 92% on my 3 online businesses and did not pay North Carolina state taxes. Amazing thing. Just to give you an idea, one of my favorite pizzerias here in the Charlotte area have 2 locations. They're making $15,000 a month, $180,000 a year, and they're going to save, and I just lost my paperwork. I have to apologize. I had it all out there, but they're going to save over, I want to say $32,000 a year. This is their money to pay off their mortgage, buy a new car, to pay down, to save for a retirement, do whatever they want with the money. What they did, they opened up a 3rd location. The business trust, again, is for all U.S. business owners, 1099 income earners, and to save federal and state income taxes. The beneficial trust is for U.S. investors. I don't care what kind of investing you're doing. You could be a forex investor. You could be a crypto investor. You could be in the stock market. You could have be an NFT artist or NFT crypto. You could be a real estate investor. With the beneficial trust, you will save the following 5 taxes year after year, generation after generation. You will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains on any profits. You will no longer pay interest income taxes. This is for passive investors, people who are in a REIT, if you're doing creative financing, seller financing, the BRRRR strategy, subject to real estate, or I personally have several notes. That's interest income taxes. You will no longer pay dividend income taxes. If you're in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're doing stock options, you're an options trader, commodities trader, or futures trading, you will save the taxes on that. Rental income taxes. If you have short-term rental like Airbnb, Vrbo, traveling nurses, or vacation rentals, or long-term rental, 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors, multifamily, or apartment houses, you're going to save rental income taxes. And then finally, royalty taxes. If you're an author, an artist, a musician, if you have copyrighted information, patented intellectual property, then the mineral rights, oil wells, coal rights, things like that. Again, the trust is as legal can be. The full name of the trust is Irrevocable Complex Discretionary Non-Grantor Trust. This is not your mom and dad's trust. 97% of the trusts that are sold every year are called the family trust or the living trust. All that does is avoid going through probate. This trust is for what the super rich use to save as much money as they can in taxes. Now, the big difference between the trust I sell and your mom and dad's trust or the family trust, it's non-grantor, means somebody else sets up the trust, and it's irrevocable. Those are the two ways you can figure out if it's a good trust or not. I'm not saying the family trust is a bad trust, but it does not save you taxes, does not keep your information 100% private, does not keep you from paying lawsuits becoming irrelevant, and does not keep you from doing the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act from the Treasury Department. My goal is to help as many U.S. business owners, U.S. 1099 income earners, and investors save as much as they can. My personal story, I found out about the trust, or I knew about the trust, I read an article about it, but back in 2019, I was working full-time as a Medicare broker, and I wholesaled 7 properties. I paid off $184,000 in debt, and I was completely debt-free. When my CPA told me my tax rate went from 22% up to 24%, and I owed the federal government $79,000 in short-term capital gains, I had to take out a HELOC on my house that I had just paid off. Literally, I had it paid off for 6 months, and I have to take out a HELOC. What a crazy world. I researched the Spendthrift Trust, and when I found out about how I could save short-term capital gains, I started teaching in my real estate group. I was the first female to teach a mastermind in my real estate group. Very proud of that fact. And I was teaching real estate investors. Well, now in March of 2022, I started my company, thetrustisyou.com, because I want to help small business people, affiliate marketers. If you have a brick and mortar store, if you're an online store, I want to help investors. Again, set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. My website, www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. Set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. I'll take you out to a free site called NerdWallet. I will show you the formula for taxes. I'll show you how much you will save. I will send you 3 articles from Forbes magazine that talks about the Spendthrift Trust. I'm not crazy and this is not illegal. And I will send you 2 pages of case law that proves to you the Spendthrift Trust is legal. The Spendthrift Trust has been in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and both times the Supreme Court has favored it. Please, this is not a fraud or a scam or anything else. This is a legitimate law firm that has the Benson Financial Trust. You could be saving thousands of dollars in taxes. Set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me to figure out how you can do it. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening.